Hey, what's up, heroes? It's Dr. Zaino. I know, it's been a while. I get it. A lot of transitions. That's for another video. Welcome to Hero Fuel. Just in a few minutes a day, we're going to fuel your mind, your body, and your future. Today, we're going to be talking about remembering the unique inborn qualities you were given. I think a lot of times when I ask people, well, what do you want to do? Or what do you want to be when you grow up? Or, no matter how old they are, or what is it? What is your purpose? What is it you want to do? And people say, I don't know. And the reason why we say I don't know is because of that. It's just through the years of life and living out other people's values. The dogmas, the teachers, the preachers, the social influences in the media. We put on that secret identity as a protective mechanism, and it gets very crusty. That's all I could tell you. Hey, Sean, good to see you, buddy. It gets very crusty. All I could say is we're kind of like in a shell, and so we're so used to that way of thinking. We do a autoresponder. I don't know, but the thing is, you do know. I'm asking you to choose to remember, and literally tell yourself, I choose to remember, because it's all been there. And I'm going to show you how to be able to do that today. But first, hopefully what I'm going to say today, you'll allow yourself to receive that you have all these amazing inborn innate qualities that you have right now, always to your disposal, but they've been quenched, imprisoned. And my job is I resurrect heroes out of the complacency of that secret identity, so you can live heroic lives once again by expressing and experiencing true love right now in every area of your life. Meaning that life is not to be conditional. Listen guys, it's not about making a certain amount of money, then you'll be happy. It's not about meeting that certain person, you're going to be happy. It's not about hitting that goal and you're going to be happy. It's actually allowing yourself to remember all the amazing, worthy qualities that you've been born with uniquely, that there's nothing you have to do action-wise to prove your worthiness on this planet. The fact that you're here, you're worthy. And so if I could just get you to say, holy, that's right, it'll start the journey of that. So once again, the unique inborn qualities we're given are everything you see. If you have kids, it's a lot easier, because then you could distill them and you could see, wow, these are the inborn unique qualities that I possess and still possess, but I have subdued them. They have been imprisoned. They have been squashed. I've been embarrassed for them, and therefore I have disassociated from them. So what disassociation is, and a lot of times in trauma in someone's life, whether they're molested or raped or something very traumatic, what they tend to do as a protective mechanism, we disassociate. So if a little boy was hurt or very abused, a man will actually see that little boy as somebody else, because that's our protective mechanism of disassociation. So on a lesser degree, there is disassociation of our true gifts and talents, and that keeps you mediocre, and that keeps you in the status quo, and that makes you actually believe the delusion of all the insecurities and belief systems that you have taken upon yourself that are a total lie. So let's look at kids. So when we look at kids they have extreme imaginations, don't they? They're cheerful, they're happy, they're fun, they're loving, they want to play all the time, 24/7. They seek pleasure all the time, right? If it feels good, if it's fun, if it's happy, if it makes them laugh, they seek that all the time. They're very genuine, they're super forgiving, right? So you could yell at them and they forgive you really fast. They're faithful, their beliefs are easily formed. They are relentless. Oh man, are they relentless. They're closers. They're the greatest salespeople in the world. Kids are the only salespeople that close 100% of the time. My kids have closed me 100% of the time, easy. So it's all these amazing, so just think, just from that alone, I have a lot more to say, but just think about all the things that I just mentioned that you may have told yourself you're not. I'm not a good salesperson. I'm not a good speaker. They're great speakers. They have a lot of fun. They'll dance wherever they feel like dancing. My boys get naked wherever they feel they get naked. They do fun things. They have pride. They're very proud of what they do. Hey, Daddy, look at this picture. And it looks like a bunch of lines scribbled. And I'm like, what is it? In a nice way. He goes, Dad, And then he tells me the story of this picture. And those couple scribbled lines come to life. Dad, it's a tornado. It's a volcano erupting. Can't you see it? And I see it when they tell me what it is. So super creative, the beautiful imagination. They're relentless. They're closers, as I told you guys. They question limitations, right? You know, because they're seeking their own truth. They don't need you to tell them. That's like as a parent, I'm guilty of it. They don't need me to tell them how to live life. They already know. They actually remember true life better than I do because I have my own belief systems. So they're looking for their own truth. And the number one question they ask is why, right? Why? They live in present, or what I call vertical time. Vertical time is right now, present. And what's present mean? Expressing and experiencing true love or appreciation in the moment. They don't care about yesterday. They don't care about what's happening tomorrow. You know, they just want, when you want to do it now. Can we go now? Can we go now? They live in vertical time, not linear time. We live in linear time. Our future, or sometimes our present, is built out of the Groundhog Days of the past, or our present, what we do on a daily basis, is defending or preparing for a what if may happen in the future. So we really miss vertical time because we live in linear time or horizontal time. And when they question why, the big question is why. So many times when they ask why, our response is because I said so. And then you realize, well, that's not a really good answer if I want to be a very good guiding parent. And my kids, when I realized this, when we started the I Am Hero project, I realized that my kids are my teachers this year more than ever. It's time to go to bed. Why? And because I realized, I'm like, well, I need to answer that. You know what? Because 8 o'clock seems to be the time that everybody else puts their kids to bed. What a weak reason. You know, it's time to eat dinner now. Well, why? Because that's when we're having dinner, but I'm not hungry. Yeah, okay. So they start to become teachers because I can't answer their whys with a very good logical answer besides because I said so. And as a parent, we say we love them. I love you, don't you? And we say, I'm doing this for your own good. You know, don't you know I love you? When we yell at them. But we yell at them with the term, don't you know I love you? So what type of perception of love do our kids really get? Because the only time, you know, we pre-frame the punishment or we pre-frame our wanting to control them. And when I say them, I also mean us because we went through this too. You know, I heard that, don't you know I love you? I'm doing this for your own good, or this hurts me more than it hurts you. Like, love was expressed with dictatorship in our lives. Love was expressed with control. Love was expressed in different ways. So our definition of love has been not what it is. That's why when I use love, it's tough to use that term because it's been all conditional. We've never experienced really, truly unconditional love by people because there are conditions, right? You know, there's deep down, very few people could so the way I look at it, I'm like, well, how can I redefine love, which we could understand and we don't have baggage placed to it, is love would be, and kids are loving, just think of it, unconditional appreciation. At least if you could learn, well, love, the closest thing to love is unconditional appreciation. I mean, I appreciate you guys. I mean, no matter what you think and believe about yourself, I only see your truth. I know your unique characteristics and skills you were born with. So all those things I mentioned that kids have, we still have. We have. We were born with that. Kids never went to a seminar. They never read a book on it. They never were taught that. It's always been with us, but we forgot. Why did we forget? Because we disassociated with it. Because we were told, speaking out loud, laughing, being creative, it was not the place, not the time. And then over time, we didn't like the feeling of being embarrassed or punished for doing something that was a unique gift and talent. So many of you here, you got to just tell yourself, choose to remember. That line, choose to remember. I know it almost sounds like it's not an affirmation, but it really works. Ask my wife. On a lot of things. That we heard a song the other day, and she's like, who sings that? I'll go like this. I'm like, I'm choosing to remember. And she'll tell you 100% of the time I nail it. So I'm giving myself permission to remember. And so I am this kid. I can be excited, and I can, and just start going back to that place. That leads us to the second part of this. Unique, I said, remember unique gifts and talents. So now we have these wonderful characteristics that we were inborn with, but then all of us have very unique characteristics and talents that we take for granted. So a lot of times the things that you do really well, you take for granted. And what you do really well, so many people need and would love to know what you do, but you take it for granted. So that's why you need to be able to write down the things that you're really good at and that you enjoy and that you don't really even put much effort to, but you just have a knack for it, or what I call the art. So when you know someone says, like a musician has an art, a painter has an art, well, the things that you're good at, that's your art. See, you could teach science, you could teach philosophy, but art is God-given. That's when just someone has a knack, someone has a touch, someone has a thought, an intuition. And let me tell you, it's just totally amazing. And so when you think about all this going on, say, well, these are my unique gifts and talents. So I'm asking you to allow yourself to remember those, write those down. What are you good at? And how do you know what you're good at? What do you enjoy? What do you enjoy doing? And what we usually do the things that we're good at. We usually like to do the things that we're good at, right? So that starts to distill the things, these unique traits and talents that you're really good at. And then I always like to say, when you remember those and you write them down, and once you start writing, give yourself about 10 minutes, because you'll notice it'll take a couple minutes to get the first couple on there. But then when you start thinking about it, you know, they start rampaging. You really start, hey, listen, I cook good. I'm a really good listener. I'm really good with structure and organization. You know, like you really start seeing how blessed you really are that you might take for granted. And then when you realize that, and you're able to write it down, and you're able to see that these are all the gifts and qualities that you have, and then you feel really good about them, and then you start giving yourself permission to either, you know, bring that to the workplace, or you bring that to a new business, or whatever it is, and understand uniqueness. So remember, in the workplace, or if you're an entrepreneur, no one cares about your sameness, right? Because, you know, they want to know, how are you different? How are you different than the other person? How are you different from the other company? The uniqueness is the key. You know, I wrote down in my office 30 different uniquenesses of my office that people will not get anywhere else. And it could be as simple as, you're not going to get me anywhere else. I'm like, you know, I go, you know what makes our office special? You're only going to get Dr. Z here. You're only going to get Shannon here. So I start leveraging that. What is the uniqueness of your environment? What is the uniqueness of your service or what you do at your work? You know, and this brings, so whether you have a job that you're enjoying or have a job that you don't enjoy, when you start thinking, what is your unique gifts and talents, and remembering the unique gifts that we were all born with, then you bring something unique to the job. Be like, hey, I'm really good at this. I'm an organizer. I'm a visionary. There's different, you bring different types of minds. The world would be so boring if we all thought the same. That's why we have artists and we have all types of different people, because you bring all those minds together and something beautiful happens. So remember, hopefully by this, I encourage you that everything you see in a little kid, the childlike freedom and joy. Remember, we were all born with freedom to express joy on this earth for expansion of who we are. But a lot of us chose, or because of influences, we chose bondage in certain areas of our lives. So when you remember that you are a child, those childlike qualities are you, and they're still there. You just need to give yourself permission to do that again. So you're like, oh, if a child, and I know you guys do it. I know when you get out of I know in the shower you sing. I know in the car that you sing. I know when no one's watching you dance, right? Everybody does it. So I know you do these things when no one's looking because you feel safe. You feel like you're in a safe place. And it's a shame that society has made being childlike, all those beautiful qualities, not that was given to a child. They were not given just to a child. They were given to you. And there was a time in our life that we were distracted to believe that we were not in a safe place to express who we are, right? So I know you dance in private. I know you sing in private. I know you act out in private. And I know you play like a little kid in private. But the thing is, slowly now start embracing that and understanding that those imagination times, and those times when you want to sing out loud and dance, that you are tapping into who you really are, and just start giving yourself permission to do so. So I hope you realize that, you were born worthy already. You're alive. That's all you need to do. You have unique, amazing, inborn, unique gifts and talents. It's becoming childlike again. But it's not really childlike. It's human-like. That's how we were created. We have all those desires to do. Understanding insecurity was learned. When you feel embarrassed, when you feel insecure, when you feel shame, guilt, and judgment, it is 100% learned. It's educated. That has never been for you. It's never been upon you. It's all learned. It's all bullshit, right? It was learned. It was not inborn. And just, I wish I could, if I just opened your eyes a little bit today, or at least shifted you 1 degree to start seeing and feeling things slightly differently, you're on the right track, all right? So that was my purpose today, is to be able to show you guys that it's already inside you. You got it. I want you to list out as an exercise all your unique qualities and capabilities that you take for granted. So write down the skills that you think are easy. Oh, cooking's easy to me, or organizing is easy to me, or I balance a checkbook really good. So yeah, you might think it's easy, and there's people that are lost, right? So start looking at your uniquenesses, and then get proud about them. That's where the pride and ego comes in. Be really proud about that. I'm very proud of my unique gifts and talents, because I know if I'm not proud of them, then they were given to me to be able to use to better other people's lives. So you could be okay about that. Remember Kids Proud? Remember my son Titus? He gave me that artwork with a bunch of scribbles on it. He was super proud about it. And when he explained his intention behind it, I saw the beauty in it after he explained it. And so that's where he was very proud of it, because he saw the beauty in it. Isn't that amazing? Like this is good. How many times do we do something and we don't even see the beauty in what we do for ourselves or for other people? But a child sees it. A couple squiggly lines is a volcano erupting. He saw the beauty and the art in it when others don't. And so as the only relationship and the only person you need to understand is you. Okay, so when you understand that what you do is art, it's beautiful, regardless of what other people think, then that's a way where you could truly express and experience true love now. And you know what? When you're loving yourself, you're loving your creator. So if you want to get all religious on the pride and ego, let me tell you right now, you love yourself and you're loving your creator. And so hopefully guys, you enjoyed Hero Fuel. This is a good one. I'm sweating, so that means I'm in the zone. This is good stuff. I don't prep this stuff. All I do, just to let you know, I just get the title and I go with it. You know why? I want to keep it raw and authentic, and I look at your comments when we're doing this. Make sure you guys go to iamhero.com/secret. That's my hero secret sauce. I got 5 characteristic traits that you can apply to your life right now to make your life better in every way, shape, or form and get you moving. It's a lot of fun. You'll get a PDF. You'll get a couple videos. The I Am Hero project should be out in about a month. Just waiting on the tech team to do it. You'll love that. And I just want to thank you guys, because the entire I Am Hero project, wait till you see this. It is a beautiful course. It was all created by you guys. It was doing these lives. People say, well, how'd you come up with this content? I said, I did 186 Facebook lives in a row. And you guys, we co-created together. So it really was very special. And so it took a while, because I wanted to be a representation of us co-creating it together and being, top of the world. So imhero.com/secret. If you enjoy this, please share it and tell others about it. Like it, share it, comment. I'll answer all those comments. And it's just really cool stuff. Tell people. Social media wise, Instagram and Facebook are the ones I'm at. It's just all organic, right? So it's just people telling people. I kind of got off the boat of seeing how many people I could get, because you kind of get into that, just to say, listen, I would rather have, real people that we could really kind of, we're attracted to each other. There we go. So we could grow together. Well, thanks guys. Have an amazing day, and I will see you soon with Hero Fuel.